Hello, hello. Welcome back to Netrunner from the San Francisco Bay Area. I have another game from the Eudemonia Store Championship from March 5th. This was a Cabrera tournament. And I have with me tonight commentating Eric. How are you doing tonight, Eric?
I'm doing well.
All right, we got some Netrunner here. So we have Replicating Perfection on the left, being played by John, and Kate McCaffrey on the right, being played by Adam. So two players we see on this channel quite a bit, right?
Yeah, I think there are games up from this very store champs from John, who played you in the finals. I believe that game's up.
Yep, that game was posted already, so we're going back in time a little bit to round 2, and this is a good RP start here, getting Sundew online turn 1.
Yeah, that is quite good. And I don't think Adam's going to punish him right away with like a turn 1 Maker's Eye or anything here, so probably pretty safe.
It is possible. That is the risk for sure. But it makes you wonder what's in HQ when he iced up R&D, and the answer is a Nisei Mark II, which I just saw him flip through.
Yeah, you see the Nisei in hand there. So I wonder if he's going to rush that like really early in this game, or if he'll just hold on to it and eventually overwrite the Sundew.
He just took a... he just saw the toll booth. I think Adam saw that off R&D, so
yep.
That's an interesting thing to try and rush behind, though. He can maybe do that in another couple turns. And we just see the celebrity gift being drawn. Drawn cards this turn. He also has Cerebral Static. It'll be interesting to see if he plays that. He hasn't played it yet, so it makes me think he might not.
Yeah, I wonder if he thinks that's worthwhile in the Kate matchup. I could see it being pretty valuable. RP doesn't have many agendas, right? So he's going to just slow down Adam that way.
Yeah, so he iced up R&D. He has Sundew out. I could see him playing it. If he was going to play it against Kate, you might as well do it now. Okay, so Adam correctly identifying where the agenda is and going into HQ. Luckily, John drew up last turn. I don't think drew more agendas, so I believe this is a 1 in 5. Let's see if Adam can pull it. Oh, the gift. He'll be seeing that soon.
Yep.
Pup, nice little HQ ice against RP, or against Kate, for sure. So he's going in again. Adam smells blood.
This is interesting to me that he's being so aggressive early.
Well, and he's static. I think he, just based on the early ice placement, you have ice on HQ against Kate?
Right,
who has Maker's Eye and R&D interface and all that stuff. That is extremely suspicious.
Yeah.
And these two know each other's playstyles enough as well to kind of... I think John knows Adam is not on Siphon. I've never seen Adam play Siphon, at least not in the past, like, year and a half. So it would very much surprise me.
Yeah, that would be pretty shocking, I think, actually.
Yeah. Out of Kate. I mean, people have done it. It is done, but post Most Wanted, I don't know.
Yeah.
So John draws a crick.
By the top 8 cut, I think word would have gotten out that Adam was playing Siphon, and there probably would be end the run ice on HQ, I would hope.
Oh, it draws to Future Perfect. So Sin had 5 points in hand.
Yeah, starting to look a little flooded.
I don't know what he just installed there. I didn't catch it. So he triggered Astrolabe.
Might have been Pad Campaign? I think he had a Pad Campaign.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably right. I did see a neutral asset, so that must be... So he's doing Pad instead of Medical Breakthrough, Medical Clinic, or maybe both, huh?
If I recall this list, he has both. He has a ton of economy in this list. I'm not sure if it's the full 3 Pad Campaign, but he's got at least a couple in there.
Sure. Yeah, and so RP Econ package is usually like 3 gift, 3 Sundew, 3 mental health clinic. Is that pretty much it? The hedge fund, of course. But yeah, that's usually the package, right?
Yeah, I think it's just those 12 cards, and so this is after Kalagoda, right? We determined that,
yes.
And the other really good card that you can slot in there is Mumba Temple, obviously, or the museum. But I don't know if John's doing pretty much anything from that pack. Oh,
right, early. And this is
here.
Interesting. Yeah, so Adam's sitting at exactly 2. John has, I think, 8. So let's see if he gets it. I bid 1. Oh, got it.
Ooh, that's huge. So it's good he didn't play that static, I guess. That would have been a waste.
Yeah, earlier, well, yeah, if you played Static, it would have effectively cost Adam the... Well, here's what's interesting. If he plays the Static, then Adam is down an extra credit, and Jean can guarantee he keeps the Future Perfect by a bit of 2, right?
So did Adam... He has 2 credits, though, right now. So did he have both of those when he played the Psy game? No?
He did, but I'm saying he played the Refractor. So if Adam plays the Refractor, which maybe he doesn't do if Triple Static is down, but let's assume he does, then he's down to 1 credit on the Psy game.
Yeah.
Of course, like that can butterfly effect out into all sorts of things. But just making that assumption, he could have perhaps defended the Future Perfect with this the Static. Draws into Jackson Howard, and it was the pad campaign. Looks like Jay Howe's down.
I heard before this game started in the banter, John was discussing his spreadsheet of Psy games and his like intimately developed Psy game technology. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has like a spreadsheet where he analyzes like the bidding patterns of different players or something like that. He started explaining it to me. He's like really into Psy games though, so to lose that first one, I think he maybe needs to adjust his formulas or something.
You need to assume that was all part of the plan then. He knows that like he knows he has to give up that agenda now. That's right. He's playing the long game. Yeah. Yep.
And now
there's a whole lot else at play.
He'll either never bid 1 again or only bid 1 again, and he somehow made Adam not with his psychographics mumbo jumbery.
And so Refractor is down here to counter Tollbooth, which he already saw, and he's playing prepaid Kate. Let's make that clear. So Refractor's down because he saw Tollbooth. Do you think he should have waited to play Refractor until the Tollbooth gets installed?
I think just getting it down is fine. He fears random net damage. I think probably. I'm imagining this list runs precisely 1 copy of each of its breakers and just like hitting maybe a fetal AI that's randomly in there to replace NAPD would be really unfortunate. Not like unrecoverable, but
yeah, you want to use your clone chips for other stuff. And the Refractor costing 1, as Kate, it's often something you just want to spend a click to put down.
Yeah.
Especially when you can't SMC for it. You got to get out of your hand. So Tollbooth is almost certainly over one of those 2 centrals.
And there goes the Static.
Yeah.
So
this is
worth
okay. It. Yeah, I would have liked to see the Static earlier, but this is good.
So I was shocked that Adam was able to put together this list with prepaid. Like, he installed the prepaid, and I asked him if his list was MWL legal.
Yeah, just double check.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. And then we see a little bit more influence. So he is running Corroder instead of Lady.
Yeah, and I think he was running Lucky Find too, right?
Yep. There's
he's
3
doing
Lucky Find as well.
6, and he's probably on 3 prepaid, right?
Yes, I think so. So I think the influence is 3 Lucky Find. Oh, we got a gift here. I can't make out.
I can't. Okay, so it's a swordsman. It's a mental health clinic and a hedge fund. 2 hedge funds, I think. A little bit of glare. I think I got those at least.
So the Nisei is no longer in hand, I think?
I don't know. That could be. Yeah, he might have dumped it. That would seem surprising, but he might have dumped it. And he has money.
That is a little surprising, because now he's giving up that opportunity to kind of rush for a score.
Yeah, and especially against, you see Stealth on the table.
Right.
He's just like waiting to get Caprice because he sees Stealth. He wants Caprice, he wants Ice, and then he wants to draw the Nisei.
Yeah. And at this point, John's economy is already kind of out of control here. I'm not sure how many credits that is, but it looks like a lot. He might be pushing 30.
So he has 17 right now.
Okay. He has some stacks in rows of 5.
Yep,
okay.
He's doing a rows of 5 and with a silver 5 on top.
Yep.
It's a risky game to play. The more you let the runner set up here, this is a Shaper build that if it gets fully set up, let's hope you win those side games on Caprice.
Right. But John's looking really well defended, right? Like, double iced his centrals. Probably's got that crick over archives, which is really annoying to deal with.
Yeah, but that's where John doesn't lose, but where he wins the game is in the remote, and he's not developing remote play very much yet. Okay, that's more true. Gift. Sundew, Swordsman, Hedge Fund, I don't know, other stuff. Couldn't tell.
So does he have enough money right now?
I think he has plenty. He has hedge funds. He's just not even playing, and that tells you something. Like
He
you
could
have plenty of
probably
money.
just install that Sundew naked and see if Adam's going to bother going and getting it.
Yeah, it's a good point. Adam's at 8 credits. He's also needs to develop his board a little bit more.
Yeah, I think he's digging for his stealth pieces right now more than anything. Economy is not a huge problem because he does have that really bursty nature of prepaid Kate again. So just because he's at like 8 right now doesn't mean he won't burst up to 15 in a minute.
I'm playing out the dagger. I think he had a quality time earlier. Did he already play it?
I didn't notice if he did. He might have.
I don't think he did because he had the quality time, unless I just didn't look at his cards right. He had quality time when he played down the prepaid, and then he played hedge fund, sure gamble off of the prepaid. So I think he still has quality time. He's just drawing cards.
Why did Ghost... Oh, okay, corrected it. I was like, why did Ghost Runner come in with 2 credits?
No, I noticed that too, and that was I knew he'd fix it. That was nonsense. 2 on Ghost Runner. Who plays that card?
Yeah, that would be really bad.
Garbage. You know, it'd still be okay. the cards, you know, like really good in stealth, and then
yeah,
I played it in Nasir when Nasir first came out because you needed stuff like that.
Right, sure. To stash away your credits.
Yeah, but then Tollbooth steals the money from it, and that made me really sad, and I stopped playing Nasir.
Yeah.
So I was like, screw this. Okay, John is definitely at 27, no, more than 27, 32 credits?
He had to go to the bank and change out for larger denominations.
Do not pass go. Yeah, so he's doing okay. Yeah, the Sundew, just totally uncontested. That seems really risky.
And Adam hasn't even taken the time to clear off Jackson. Like, do you let assets go out of control this badly?
He's so this is the thing with Adam's decks. They usually require a lot of setup, and he did have quality time. That I think should have gotten played a lot earlier. He spent like 7 clicks drawing cards.
He's having trouble with his economy though. That's Cerebral Static is at least it's doing a little bit of work. We haven't seen a lot of installs, but
yeah, he installed I think the Corroder and the Dagger, so it cost 2 credits so far. Yep. But it's fine. So I think so here's where John's just using Jackson I think to get the Nisei back.
Yeah,
he has the Nisei in hand already.
Okay, so he shuffled back Nisei, Gift, and Hedge Fund. Just the only face down was Nisei there.
Well, he's gonna need that burst econ for the late game here, you know.
Yeah. I think he knows that his window is gonna close pretty soon if he doesn't develop a remote. So next turn ideally would be install in the remote, upgrade.
I'm hoping this turn. I'm hoping he top decks to Nisei, install. Oh, here we go. Let's go find the Nisei.
DBS,
so,
nice.
Top deck the Mark II, install with Caprice, install advance, and then go, and then hopefully we got like Tollbooth over where the Sundew server is.
Yep. Yeah, that would be good.
So he got Caprice. I didn't notice if he just got it off DBS. He might have, but he got Caprice. He draws, I think, an Eli, puts Caprice into the Sundew.
Okay. Yep.
Perfect. I think that was probably Eli on top. That's looking. I don't know what the ice bloat is, but Eli, Caprice. That's pretty good. Corroder's on the board.
Now he's definitely ready. As soon as that agenda gets drawn, I think it's going in that remote.
Yeah, DBS is just gonna pull that real quick. 1 or 2 turns, he's got it, right?
Yep.
I think the math on that works. No one do the math to check
That's how DBS works, right?
Yeah. It's just, it guarantees you'll draw the card you want within 2 turns. Guaranteed. Yeah, that quality time, that surprises me.
I guess it's just too expensive. Wouldn't be able to install all the cards.
So here's my argument of why he needed to play it, and I only have a limited perspective. Obviously, you're doing commentary, and you have a limited perspective. But He played the sure gamble. He was at like 10 credits after that, I think, because of the prepaid. So the following turn, if he really wanted to curve out right, he could have saved the quality time first click on the following turn after that. So then he's down to 8 credits, draws 5 cards, 3 clicks left in the turn.
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels like it was right.
The other thing here, I was going to say, Dirty Laundry is actually not a great piece of economy in this matchup, right? Because all the centrals are going to be iced up, and so you end up with this, where you hit Crick and have to decide, are you going to burn a couple Ghost Runner credits to get in? So
I think he needs to check the face-ups. Are there... What's even in there that he can install?
Yeah, he should definitely be looking at that. You're right. I'm not.
There are face down, so yeah, he might get an ice or something. But it's something he put in there, so
he's thinking about this long and hard.
Yeah, well, it's a big decision. He has to boost Refractor twice.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that's a big cost right there, actually.
Yep.
And let's see. Oh, so there was a Sundew. So I don't know, probably worth it.
I would say that's worth it. Yeah.
But the Sundew goes into a new remote, and then it draws him a card, and he can just go trash the Sundew. So the difference is he doesn't know what it is. So, but it's a Sundew. So he goes and runs the Sundew. He's drawn a card from the Astrolabe, and he spends 2 real credits to trash it.
That's true.
But he just spent 2 stealth credits, which are inherently more valuable to his deck, and he spent a real credit to break. So it did involve like a gamble, because it could have been a Caprice on R&D or something. You don't know. But yeah, and he thought about it. It's a tough call. Oh, that's unfortunate. The cloak he had in hand. He could have installed that first. But he didn't have the money, maybe.
That Astrolabe draw is a really interesting nuance there, where if Crick goes into a new remote, you get a draw. Almost makes it worth it. But.
Yeah, and it's possible John doesn't even trigger Crick just to deny that card draw. It's possible. I think I'm trying to think in my position. I probably give him the card draw and install the Sundew, but especially considering you're going to lose your Sundew pretty soon anyway.
It'll be face down, and maybe Adam spends a click checking it, which isn't annoying, I guess.
Yeah. Ooh, and he got the Nisei that
on
that DBS draw. See, I told you DBS would give him the card one or 2 turns.
You did say. It immediately comes up.
Look how confident he is. Install double advance. Yeah, Adam sitting at 6 credits. I think that's a good call. He has to get through a central, and he has to get into the remote with six credits.
Yep.
Plus Ghost Runner nonsense and cloak.
Looks like is interns in hand too? I thought I saw interns.
I wouldn't be surprised. That seems like a pretty solid include for RP. Because you get Caprice, trash it, and then you just interns it back.
Exactly. So even if Adam does get in here, he'll be able to reestablish that server. Okay.
Man, so look at this. Cerebral Static has so far done 4 credits worth of work, if I'm counting that right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. That's pretty significant. When you have this money advantage on your opponent, 4 credits, that's not nothing.
Need to get those technical writers out there that are at least
was he not playing them in this build?
I don't remember if it was in there. I want to say it was. It seems like makes sense.
I just saw Lockpick down. I didn't. I play against Adam a lot. We both play against Adam a lot.
Right.
And we've seen his stealth builds quite a bit. And I this was earlier in the season. At this point, this was almost 2 months ago, and I forgot that he was doing lockpicks. Yeah, getting rid of the clone chip without that Kate discount, that's hard to justify right now.
John with the pro play of just moving the Cerebral Static to just kind of remind Adam that it's just digging in with it a little bit.
Yeah, what is that about? That's a good point. So he's scoring out the Nisei. 1 click left. Man. This RP deck, that Sundew went unchecked for far too long. And now he still has the DBS and Pad campaign online for that late game. Just let's finish out the next 5 points. He has another Nisei in hand. Oh my god.
Oh, nice. I might almost just drop that in there. I don't know. Depending on what outer HQ ice is. Yep, and so now he's checking his ice, seeing what it's...
it's... So Adam's at 5. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't think
it depends
it's gonna
a lot on the rest of the board.
Yeah, he's not going to contest the remote with it not being advanced, right? Because
No,
you think it's
it's
just
an
another
Ash,
upgrade.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's probably what you think. And I don't know if Ash is in this deck. I would think so, but
Influence check. DBS, that's just one, right?
DBS is just one. We've seen like Eli's. He probably has 3 of those. But RP has a lot of available influence and didn't really get hit by the MWL much. So
I'm only counting like maybe 8 influence. Oh, 8, 9, 10, 11 for Jackson. So it seems unlikely. Ash is 2 each, right?
It's 2, yeah.
So there's like 4 unaccounted influence. So he might have a couple. Or there's some other ice maybe I haven't even seen yet. Sometimes they run Ichi 1 or Ichi 2.
Oh yeah, John's been experimented with the ice suite with this a lot. I think he had Vipers at one point.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
So Adam,
Viper's 1 influence, I think.
Yeah, pretty great. Adam had a lucky find there. I don't know if he just drew that or if he was actually sneakily holding on to it. But
And I think he drew it. I think he did a draw at the start of his turn.
that puts him in much better shape.
Yes.
But install advance.
Oh, another lucky find. Wow, did he diesel last turn? Maybe he dieseled. Sorry, we're not really paying attention to that side of the board too much right now, apparently.
A lot goes on in Netrunner games. It
All
turns
right.
out. Okay,
I like it.
here we go. Counter pressure
Maker's
here. Yeah.
This could be good, actually. So John's at, now less Enigma. That's fine. He can break that pretty easily. So John's down to 25 credits. Toll booths.
Yeah, toll booth. Okay, so that's where I thought it went. It's against Shaper, right?
Yeah, against Shaper, sure. So he can break that for not too expensive, considering the usual cost of toll booths. So.
Yep. So that's 1 stealth and 4 real credits.
Yep. Which is not bad, considering the absurd cost. Oh, toll booth. He doesn't have Ash. He has toll booth.
Right. Yeah. There's 2 influence. Yep.
So I think Adam can rule out Ash at this point, which is useful.
Okay, seeing 3 off the top here. Or
Yep.
his deck looks fairly thinned down. The game's progressed quite a bit. There must be a lot of agendas in R&D.
I think you just saw
Can't
Jackson
see
Howard. A little bit hard to see
what
those
any of
cards,
those
yeah.
are.
For some reason, I thought the middle one was Jackson Howard, but who knows? When I'm playing on camera, I always angle my R&D cards towards the camera a bit.
Right. It's so hard to remember that that's happening. Though,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I don't expect players. I've started to angle the camera down a little bit lower, though, so that you can have a better chance of seeing R&D accesses. So that's something I'm experimenting with. You'll see that on regional videos, the new camera angle. Going into the remote. So I think it's his 3rd click on the remote. No, this is final click, because he did a lucky find. So he will not steal, but he might, just might, get John to use that Nisei token. This is pretty expensive for Adam.
But John's credit total is eaten away here. He's at about 13 now.
Look how that happens. Yeah, 13. He just spent 12 on R&D, so that was a significant portion of his econ. He just spent 15 credits on the runner's turn, Resi Nice.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And then install costs,
Right?
That's I think 4 credits of install costs being... No, more than that. 3, 4, 5 credits of install costs being represented.
Another Enigma.
And there's another Nisei being rezzed. Yeah, and he doesn't care about that final subroutine. So look at that. They're almost on parity with credits at this point. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And we still have Ghost Runners. Oh, did he just get in? Yeah, so he forces the Nisei counter at least. And that's...
Okay.
It was expensive, but,
That was a really clutch side bid. Okay, so Adam 2 for 2 on side games, are we right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what you got to do to beat RP. It's not working so far.
You know what? I'm just happy he got that Nisei token spent.
Yeah, I think that was huge.
You're still in this classic position against RP where now it's like they install advance. If you give them a window, then you're just like,
yep.
Well, shit.
And now that everything's rezzed, John doesn't need a whole lot of money. He just needs enough credits to play some side games and to...
He needs 7 credits.
Yeah.
effectively. He has a Nisei token. He needs 7 credits. You install Advance, and then you need 5. You need 2 for the side game, and then another 3 to score out. That's all you need.
Right.
7 credits. And this is where that surprise account siphon comes into play.
That would be very clutch right now. Account siphon into Vamp and then run the remote.
Yes.
Worth pointing out that Enigma on the outside of R&D is pretty unideal because it's going to be very easy to bounce off, right? Adam can bounce off that for a credit. Just break lose the last click and then run a remote.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he can spend his stealth credit on that. Yep. That's also something that's pretty unique.
Not a stealth credit, right? He would just spend a regular.
Well, he could, like, if he just wants to bounce off, he could spend his lockpick, let's say, just to break, and then end the run. Yeah, but that's something that's pretty unique to this matchup, because most people don't have a way to deal with that subroutine on Enigma for free. Right. So stealth gives you that leverage. That is to say, like, John's ice placement right now is actually pretty awesome. Okay, install Advance. Threatening the 3rd Nisei, can it be? Oh, yeah, look at that.
Only advancing once.
And Adam's down to 3 credits. It's so he probably doesn't have any PD. I think we've eliminated that.
I don't know. I'm still uncertain on the influence spread here.
Yeah, some of it depends. Like, I'm assuming 2 Elis. I'm assuming
I think
2
it's the
DBS.
full 3 Eli.
Oh, no, that's right. I was assuming 3 Eli, so that's 6. And I was assuming 2 DBS takes you up to 8.
A toll booth to 10, 3 Jackson
9,
to 13.
10. Yeah, and then I think it's, I don't know, I would think it's 2 toll booth.
Yeah,
but
if it's 2 toll booth, that's his whole influence spread.
Yeah.
Can't really see anything else in hand.
Yes, oh, he gets it. He got it. That is the power of the DBS, though, you know?
2 Nisei.
Yeah, the DBS will do that. What else does he have in hand? I see a mental health clinic.
So this comes down to, like, there's no way you're going to win 3 side games in a row, probably. So
you know what? He has the Future Perfect in hand, and he has 9 credits.
Oof.
I think Adam needs to win this turn.
He needs to...
He just played Lucky Fine, right?
Yep. He needs to clear the centrals out. That was must have been last turn, though, right? Because his prepaids are unused.
Okay, that's good. I didn't notice if he spent clicks already, but man, that Cerebral Static's still online. So he needs to run a central. He runs the remote, wins the side game, loses a token, runs the remote, loses a side game, runs the remote, wins the side game. That has to be his final turn. So he's Maker's Eye right now.
I think this is how you do it. You've got to pressure centrals a lot. And so, like, for instance, if John burns a token here, you're fine because it makes that inevitability less. Well, you're maybe not fine, but it's okay.
What is the rest of his... Oh, so John's probably on 1... Sometimes they do 1 Fetal AI and then, like, 2 Chronos Project? Oh, John, look at that.
I bet it's 8 agenda deck. Oh, it could be food, too. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, there's still 2 influence we're not positive about.
Yeah.
Well, could be more than that. So, like, I'm trying to evaluate NAPD versus food. I don't know. Yeah, but that was interesting. So Adam does a Maker's Eye. After paying for all that, we see the Nisei token get used. So if Adam can get more money, then he has a shot, at least, on this final score. It's going to require 3 successful side games on Caprisa. No, and he needs an absurd amount of money.
Just 2. Because now there's only 1 token, right? Just 2 side games.
Yeah. But that also requires 8 on Eli, 9, 10, 11. 11 credits breaking with ice.
That's not going to happen.
And 4 of them are on the table already. This is...
Here we go. Yeah, I don't know if this is possible.
Yeah, he can take net damage, so he can do same old theme Maker's Eye, and then hopefully John doesn't use the token. It's something like that. That's what
could be. Yeah.
I don't know what he's. Yeah, so he's getting money. That's good. Get 6 credits for 1 click.
All right. Yep, that's
I
ideal.
didn't notice. He also has the film critic down. That happened at some point.
Oh yeah, could have been
So you
relevant.
do. Oh man, this. Yeah, you do. I think you do same old Maker's Eye for 2. It costs 1, 2, 4, 5. You take net damage. It's costing like 5 credits. It costs you like 3 credits, I think, to get into that server with the reoccurring stuff. And then if he uses the token, I think you have enough to contest a remote.
Are you saying it costs 3 credits to get into R&D? It's definitely more expensive
Well,
than that.
So it costs him 2 on Enigma. He can use the recurring. Then it costs 5 on Tollbooth, and he has Ghost Runner he could spend. So it costs 3. He can just take net damage.
Yep.
So he could get into R&D for 3 real credits, leaving him with 7. Then he can pay 4 on Eli and 1 on Enigma, and then he has a side game. So that's.
You could even.
I think he has 2 credits left at that point.
He has.
So he could win the side game.
He has Dirty Laundry in hand, too.
Yeah, that would be. Well, I think he needs to do same old Maker's Eye here, unless he has another Maker's Eye in hand.
I'm thinking like he could Dirty Laundry, Archives, or HQ, and then have enough to run the remote twice, maybe?
Okay, yeah. I also forgot about the same old Maker's Eye costing 2 credits, so that throws off your side game money on the remote. There's a lot of like very specific mathy things going on right now in Adam's head.
Yeah, and he's definitely giving this the thought it deserves. I think this is going to be a tough state to get out of.
Yeah.
This has just been a classic RP game. Establish economy advantage.
Absolutely.
Get inevitability in the remote with Caprice. Okay, so he Dirty Laundry HQ, right?
Yeah, and it looks like we might see a res here on it, which is fine because, like I said, John really only needs 5 credits at this point, and he has a pad campaign, so he only needs 4 really. Yeah, I think it depends a lot what this ice is, but I think you res it. I don't know if he has anything in hand too. I would guess probably not. He's had DBS to kind of guard against any potential flood.
Yeah, I don't think he does. I think this is purely about whether it's going to tax Adam enough to deter remote runs.
Oh, Baku, sure.
I'm not sure if I would res that.
It seems fine. Again, John doesn't need the money.
He could
He needs to win 2 side games though, potentially.
He could just tap Cloak there. I'm a little surprised he didn't. So this is another Dirty Laundry.
Yeah. He wasn't going to be able to play that this turn because he needs to go into the remote, and it's going to be a failed run.
Right.
One way or another.
So I think we're going to see 2 remote runs here. It seems to be what Adam has been mathing out.
He has to.
Yep.
So he pays 4 and another 2. Oh yeah, he can use his stealth credits. So he did make use of them, and he has 2 Ghost Runner too. So as long as the Ghost Runner has money on it on the second side game, he has the money he needs to bid.
Yep.
So he could spend the remaining of his 9 credits just on ice at this point. He can get in twice. He has to win this side game. This side game is everything.
He's 2 for 2 thus far. Can he win 4 side games in a row?
Oh, he got it. He got it. He bid 2.
Are you kidding me? That's amazing. What?
Okay, he can do it. So he pays 4 and he pays 1, and he's left with 1 credit and 2 Ghost Runner.
Oh my god, in Enigma, you just lose the click to Enigma?
Well, it's his last click anyway, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because he sure gambled first.
Sure
click.
gamble, Dirty
Okay.
Laundry, run. Yeah, the Enigma doesn't matter.
This doesn't even work any other way.
Look at that, and they're both down to like 2 credits.
Yeah, this is amazing. Okay. Adam, his bid was very quick. He seems to know exactly what number is on. 0?
I was gonna say no. Adam bid 1. I think Adam made the right call there.
Wow.
Yeah, so if Adam bids 0, then John needs to bid 1. And if John bids 1, he only has 2 credits at the start of his turn because of pad campaign, so he can't score out the Nisei.
Yeah.
So that means that Adam needs to bid 1 because John is going to bid 1. And John did like what I think is risky is bidding 0, because I think 0 was the obvious thing to bid as the runner.
Yeah.
But maybe John's spreadsheets came into play there, right?
Something. He set him up by losing all the other side games. That was
Yes.
the mind game finally paid off.
It was the long game.
That's right. Yeah.
No, this is. I think this game right here is very representative of classic RP, and also this was great in the sense that it came down to a side game. You know, everyone says that against RP. It came down to a side game.
Yeah.
You know, Adam wouldn't have won on the side game, but he would have vastly increased his chances of winning. One more agenda to win. He has the film critic down, but it also came down to a side game where every credit mattered. You can't just bid 1 without implications.
Yep. And that was a 50-50 side game too, right? In the end.
Yeah. I mean, well, they could have bid 2. Like they both had exactly 2 credits. Adam had another credit on Ghost Runner, but they both had 2 real credits, so they could have bid 2. But I don't think there was any reason for either of them to bid 2.
Right.
So I think it really came down to 0 and 1.
Yeah.
So there was like that. That's what a side game is supposed to be, right there. And yeah, it did determine the game, but there were also about 60 clicks before that determined the game. So
Yeah, just about.
yeah. Anyway, that was
Wow.
that was really
That was a
interesting.
great
That was
game.
that was a good game. Good Netrunner. So John continues on. So John did make it to the finals of this tournament. I don't think we're gonna have any more Eudemonia games at this point. So we have regionals to get to. But John did very well in this tournament. He placed 2nd, and he won the cut all the way. He was up in the winner's bracket the whole time. So these decks did really well for him. So check out his other game. He has a Leela game up in the channel from a couple of videos ago. Any last comments, Eric?
Nope. Side game for the win.
Side game for the win. All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and we'll have more up on the channel very soon.